It's been said 1,000 times, but back in the 90s, video games made the jump to 3D. Games like Mario 64 and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time were leading the way for all other video game mascots to follow. Some franchises like Sonic and Contra didn't quite have as smooth as a transition to the 3D environment, especially not when compared to Nintendo's Big Three. But even so, they still held their own against each other. One of these franchises that didn't have the greatest transition was Capcom's Mega Man. Listen, I know I've already talked about Mega Man a ton, but if you can't already tell, it's literally one of my favorite franchises of all time. Something about the precise platform mixed with the cartoony and anime art style has made it so appealing to me to come back to over the years. Anyways, unlike a lot of other franchises, Mega Man wouldn't make the third dimension the standard for games going forward, funnily enough. Now, how did this happen? What was the game that brought Mega Man into 3D? Let's find out. You see, prior to the N64 and PlayStation 1, the Mega Man franchise was primarily known for two different series, the Mega Man X and the Mega Man Classic series respectively. They're taking marketing advice from Coca-Cola, am I right? What made these games stand out were their choose-your-own-adventure style of gameplay, this being seen in the level select screen at the beginning of each of their games. Not only this, but their tight platforming and banging soundtrack made them appeal to almost anyone. Just take a listen to this! But with the added third dimension being possibly the biggest gaming trend since the NES came out, every franchise jumped to it as fast as possible. Mega Man Legends, also known in Japan as Rockman Dash, debuted in December of 1997. This was the third spin-off series that the game would get. It was developed by the same guy who would later go on to make Mighty No. 9 in 2016, Keiji Inafune. His career got started by working as an artist/illustrator on the original Street Fighter and Mega Man, both back in 1987. This man is credited as the creator of Mega Man. Anyways, Mega Man Legends is described as an action RPG third-person shooter. Weirdly, the game traded the traditional aiming from the older games to a lock-on mechanic where you just mash the button as fast as possible. Kind of like back in Mega Man X7. Anyways, the controls were like controlling a tank. So pressing forward on the controller will make him move forward, that part's obvious. Pressing backward will send him back, also obvious. But going to either side will only turn him in a circle in that direction. This made the game very awkward to control, especially once it came to the N64 and that bulky, weird controller. Like, look at this thing, it's so just off-putting. This is when it was promptly renamed Mega Man 64. How original. I can't wait for when they eventually make Mega Man 12 Nintendo Switch 2. And that game is probably going to come out in 2030. This game feels less like a Mega Man game and more like something from the Legend of Zelda series. Throughout the game, you'll be exploring dungeons, finding jewels, and upgrading your equipment. Gone were the days of level selection and boss orders. Now you'll be exploring a fully 3D world, trying to find the right spot to continue the story, while also completing side quests and discovering new locations. The game it's not bad. For a first fully 3D game of the series, it's kinda alright. Not exceptional, but alright. It's got associated style to make it stand out, and voice acting that's actually half decent. Certainly miles above whatever this was.
Hey, Zach! Why must I fight you? We are not enemies!
Shut up!
The characters are where this game really shines. From your allies like Ro, Data, and Barrel, to villains like the Bonnies are all super likable and entertaining. The game takes place in a world thousands of years after the original Mega Man series, where everything has been flooded, and the little that does live around here are forced to travel using airships. Mega Man Volnut, yes, that's his name, is a recovering amnesiac and treasure hunter who is trying to earn enough money to fix the Fludder, the family's airship. Throughout the game, you'll be earning upgrades to make traveling, hurting enemies, and exploration way easier. This comes from the jet skates and Volnut's iconic helmet, which you find from digging through a dumpster. It's a bit weird, but I guess we're rolling with it. I think that he looks a lot better without the helmet. This look just matches his character so much better in my eyes, but I digress. The game in the US sold for around $40 to $50, and it got roughly 610,000 sales total. This was just enough for the game to get a direct sequel and a spin-off. These were Mega Man Legends 2 and The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Sadly, this was the end of the Mega Man Legends series because in 2011, Mega Man Legends 3 was cancelled, and it seems like almost all of Capcom has moved on. So, with that being said, we find ourselves at the end of the video once again. I really like Mega Man, if you can't already tell, and ever since I started YouTube about a month ago, it's just given me the perfect opportunity to gush about this franchise. Thank you all so much for watching, and if there's anything I missed, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Also, before I leave this time, I have to say, I really do appreciate all you who stick around to the end of these videos. Bye.